Support for this podcast comes from the patrons at patreon.com/FMLFPL. Welcome to FMLFPL, Alon.
Hi, Alon. It's Nate.
Hello, Nate. There's no Walsh here.
Walsh is not here.
Rest in peace, Walsh's stomach. This probably will be the last World Cup pod. I mean, the fantasy game gets much less interesting after this round. And FPL's back in 2 weeks with unlimited transfers, so I don't know.
Yeah, it feels like it's pretty much over as far as the fantasy game goes.
Yeah,
I'm already thinking about Premier League stuff and getting back into like remembering what's happening in the Premier League.
Well,
People
there's
a lot of injuries. Well, we were good.
Jesus.
Best player on the team's injured, but
ooh, too soon. All right, let's
interesting.
For now, let's keep it World Cup and see how you did. So this is your team last game week. 85 points seems like a lot of points to me.
It seemed like a lot of points until I realized that everybody else had like 100 points. So
I didn't know that. Oh, wow. I can't wait to the me and Walsh section where we have half of that. But yeah, go.
Yeah, so I don't think. I mean, with the way this. I mean, I did the captain, whatever the hell it's called,
captain,
power cap.
It turns out that it was the worst possible week to power cap because the
I was
most obvious best cap
that
everyone's on scored the most points. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Basically, everybody scored points. So I forgot to sub in Bruno, as you can see.
Oh, yeah. So you would have been... I mean, it's only a +3. That's not that big a deal.
Yeah, everyone scored points, except for the cleans were a little...
Oh, yeah.
There were some unlucky clean wipes, especially Brazil.
Yeah, cleans are just so dumb in this game and in FPL. Because sometimes it just doesn't fucking matter in the game. And then they get a fucking backdoor senior garbage time South Korea worldie and you just lose all the points. It's just, I don't know. This game is so fucking shit. But I'm already getting like a little disinterested. Just looking at like your team and I'm going to pull up me and Walsh's team. I'm already like, who cares? Like everyone has all the guys and me and Walsh obviously like punted massively. We didn't go like with any of the template picks. Like we didn't go Richarlison, we didn't go Mbappe, we didn't go anyone on England, and it didn't work. So what else is new? I mean, the house always wins. It's kind of cool that our power captain ended up on Guerrero.
That was a great. I'm bummed. I didn't trust you guys. I should have trusted you.
Well, don't trust everything we say.
But yeah, the Guerrero shot obviously worked out. I wasn't sure he was definitely going to play because Cancelo, but they just didn't.
Well, that's Cancelo. The thing is I guess, we got a little lucky, but our thinking was when Nuno Mendes was out for the tournament, which he is, we were like, oh, Guerrero straight in, he's going to play left back. But I definitely didn't expect Dello to start over Cancelo, so maybe we just like got lucky and dodged a bullet. Because,
that's what I was worried it was going to be Dello and Cancelo.
It could have easily been Dello and Cancelo because Guerrero and Cancelo are like very interchangeable, I feel like. So, yeah, we got a little lucky there. But all of our punts like basically didn't come off except for him. And then we, lost all the cleans. But who fucking cares, dude? This game is pure fun, pure whatever.
Yeah. I feel like in this game, if you're not like top 1,000 in the first couple of games, like that happened to me last World Cup. I was like really high after the first couple of games, and ended up with a really good finish. But like, if you're not up there, you just get lost. It's hard to come back because there's so few players to have.
Exactly. You know? Like as the game progresses, the pool of players shrinks, which means that like you have less opportunity to gain rank, really, because everyone has Richarlison, Mbappe, Giroud, Messi, like all the guys.
And the like rolling wild card and all the subs and everything.
And
it's
the
like,
hacking.
There's so many there's so many opportunities for people to just this guy didn't return, I'll get the other guy.
And
whatever.
Switching cap I love, especially in the group stage, because it lessens the variance. But again, like later stage tournament, it's just like everyone has the same two guys in mind, and if one blanks, then you go to the other one. And so even if you hit your differential, Vinny cap, like it's the other people who still have Mbappe and Messi, so it's like they're probably going to hit cap too. It's even less chance of getting a differential.
I don't play fantasy Champions League, but do you feel like the same kind of thing happens in that game?
I also don't play it, but I think that the group stage is a lot longer.
True.
It's 6 matches, so like I think that you get a lot more fun from that.
There's pretty much right away in World Cup, like every team is just already mapped out like what they're gonna do tactically in each game because the result matters so much because it's fucking three games maximum.
Well, that's
9
definitely
points.
Another like frustration that I had. Just I don't know, like obviously not all the games were great in the round of 16. There were some good ones, but like like what the fuck is South Korea doing there? And it's just like a format of the tournament of like, if you're lucky, you're playing against the best team in your group last day, and they're just going to rest their whole team. And like that's the only reason South Korea beat Portugal, and that's the only reason Tunisia beat France, and that's the only reason there were other weird games, right? Someone beat Brazil, right? Who beat Brazil? I don't even remember. And it's just like
Cameroon.
Like Cameroon. It's just like stupid. Like it's
like if that was Uruguay, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Ghana, Uruguay.
Could have been more interesting. But I mean, at the same time, like it is fun to watch these teams go through and whatever.
I love the drama. I just don't like the fact that teams benefit from like Japan playing Spain, who just don't care and are basically half-assing through the game. Yeah,
it's been really rare to get like two teams that are just both trying to win. Just like a normal, like what you'd see more normally in a league. Like two top 10 teams playing each other or whatever. Some kind of situation.
That's my only frustration. But the next round, the quarterfinals, what we're going to be potting about is like, it's so good, like basically every match is interesting except for like maybe the Brazil game. So whatever, you live with it. So let's talk about the quarters. I mean, I think we'll just do the same thing, just go match by match and talk about like picks and what we think of the game and like whatnot. So Croatia, Brazil, aforementioned Croatia, Brazil, which seems to me like the most lopsided of like all the games probably left. There's no one to pick from Croatia, I don't think.
No, I mean, I watched that Japan-Croatia game and I felt like Japan outplayed them for the first 30 minutes at least. And obviously they got a lot worse. And then fucking pens were obviously horrible. But Croatia haven't been very good the whole time. They showed some life, like Perisic actually started trying in that game, which was interesting.
What a header.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he was great once he decided to be. It just, I don't know. I don't know if they can, against Brazil, it's going to be pretty bad, I think. Like, do they even have the energy for it? Like they have a good passing midfield.
Old, tired.
Are they like a bunker and counterattack team? Like, not really. No. They're kind of too slow, and the midfield, they're not like these progressive dribbler guys. They're just pure passers. So it seems like it's going to be really slow.
Yeah, and they're not even like possession passers, right? Like it's not like it's like Busquets and shit. Yeah. It's just like Kovacic tries to like run forward with the ball, like Modric tries to like putting through balls. Like Brozo is possession, I guess, but it's like they can't even hold the ball, I don't think.
But the front three aren't even that great at counterattacking.
I was thinking like perversely, and I'm sure Walsh will be down because we're just team like do stupid shit. But like if it's Militao at right back again, like that is exposable. Like Perisic should legitimately be able to like beat him all the time. Like everyone can seemingly beat him all the time. He's just not a right back. But like other than that, I mean, it's all Brazil. They should like easily score 3 goals. They should just coast, and you know everyone has Richarlison. I think a lot of people are on Neymar.
I mean, I do think like the back, like Militao and Sandro are like pretty defensive, and it allows them to create that kind of like 3-2 or 2-3 block that like a lot of the top teams do.
Yeah. Danilo,
which
like,
is really good against
midfield.
counterattacks.
Yeah.
Like they might just be able to squash everything, and they're all really good at defending. Yeah, Militao I know is not good like wide, but
it's not good like
Rafinha
in space,
works hard
but he's
too.
a good defender.
Like, Rafinha's been doing a lot of defensive work,
and the center backs are amazing, and Alisson's been playing great. So like I'm not worried. Croatia probably won't score. You know, I still like Brazil for a clean. I mean, gambling odds has it basically like 50-50 if Croatia's going to get a goal or not. But like Brazil heavily
favored
to score goals and easily advance.
Yeah, they do. I mean, Croatia do have really good defenders.
Yeah,
the only thing in their favor is like
no, but the fucking guy. It's like the other Borna because Sosa was like ill. Backup Borna came and he was fucking horrible. So if he plays again, like oh my god, Rafinha's gonna absolutely destroy him.
Barisic,
yeah.
I didn't know his name was Borna also.
The Borna 2, Borna 1 and Borna 2. But I don't know, what can we say? Like a fantasy game, all their picks are good. Like Vinny's good, Neymar. Honestly, Neymar's probably the least, surprisingly the least good fantasy pick.
He interestingly became like a way more unselfish player than I expected. Which has been amazing for them as a team. But like
I thought it was like a 4-2-3-1 Neymar at the 10, but it's really not. It's like Neymar behind a front 3.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like Vinny, Rich, and Raf are ahead of Neymar very clearly, like heat map, all that shit.
Yeah.
Neymar and Paqueta are almost 8s, and then Casemiro is a 6.
It's a very,
more like that.
Exactly,
So maybe not Neymar, but like, I don't know, double up of like Vinny and Rich is
Vinny
really
and
good.
Rich, I was going to say, but like the forward spot still is kind of,
I know.
Like, are you not going to have Mbappe? I mean, we'll get there. Like, we'll get there.
Mbappe, Messi,
Yeah.
And there's still no midfielder. Like, I still don't think Paqueta is a pick.
No,
even though he starts every game. You know?
No.
So I don't know what to do there.
Do you hear that dog, this fucking dog barking in the courtyard out here?
Dude, get your gun out. Take it out. Take her down.
If I close my window, I'm just going to sweat to death.
Oh, yeah, it's not worth it. I don't hear it for the record. Okay, so not much to say there. Unfortunately, no midfield picks there except for really, really perverse Perisic, which I don't really think is smart. It's just something that me and Walsh will do for fun. Netherlands, Argentina.
Yeah.
A lot more close, but Argentina are still pretty heavy favorites. Which I find kind of surprising. Like, I feel like it's close.
Yeah, they looked at Vegas odds.
Yeah. I mean, not nearly as much as Brazil, Croatia, but it's everyone like definitely Argentina favored in everything.
I mean, they were way less dominant against Australia than I would have thought they would be.
Yeah. Same.
And they didn't let up a lot of chances, but they let up some. They were like a little bit sketchy on the counter, which, like, as we just saw, the Dutch are fucking amazing at countering.
Yeah.
R.I.P. the U.S.
Yeah, but fucking. But yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It was like second half when Australia was kind of like, all right, we'll just YOLO, we're just going for it. Like they actually found some joy. Like obviously the goal was complete luck, but like
it was total fluke.
Yeah, there were moments where they were like, I forget who that was, like dribbled 3 guys into the box. Otamendi's like doing crazy shit. I don't know. I was kind of thinking that like
child had a really good chance at the end.
Yeah. I don't know, like Romero Otamendi, or maybe it's Lissandro Otamendi, have been really, really good, but they've also had like the easiest imaginable fixtures, like legitimately easiest ever. Their group was Saudi Arabia, Poland, and Mexico, and then they played Australia in the round of 16. Like they played like 4 out of the bottom 5 teams in the fucking tournament, probably. And these, like, Otamendi's been great, Romero's been great, Lissandro's been great, but they're all really, really fucking aggressive. And I'm like, well, all it takes is like one Depay flick around Otamendi and like Holland are in. Like that's what I keep seeing in my head is like, I don't know if that works against like really pacey, tricky teams who are good at passing. So I think it's closer.
Yeah. The flip side is that now there's all that tape on Netherlands.
True.
So they're going to be very aware of it.
True.
But I was just going to say also, like, they let up chances, Argentina, but at the end of the game, they subbed on Lautaro and created like 6 more chances, like in 8 minutes or something like that. So they do have the firepower, I think, to go through. But
the Grace like tweet was like, I think the lesson is that Argentina can absolutely turn it on in moments, but we just haven't seen it happen consistently. But like, yeah, they can just like blow you away in 2 seconds. Messi beats 3 guys, plays Lautaro free into the box on the spot, and it's like, you know, usually he'll do better. But yeah, and that the other flip side is that Argentina is obviously good too, and I don't think like Netherlands. I don't know, like Netherlands were kind of happy to let USA just like have the ball and dominate the ball. I don't know if LVG will run with the same game plan or not, but like you can't really do that against Messi. You can't just be like, yeah, you can have it like 25 yards from goal. Like you're not going to create anything because like he's going to fucking destroy you. So we'll see like how they can Frankie and Darun like mark Messi out of the game. Like, I don't know, you know, like.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll play an extra midfielder or something.
Yeah, Blind,
just do like
Di Maria, Blind. That doesn't seem favorable for Netherlands to me. And you know, so I don't know. It's going to be a really interesting game. But in terms of fantasy picks, I mean, I don't know.
Messi.
Messi's the obvious one. And Connor Messi.
Yeah, the defenders I'm not sure about. I feel like they'll probably let one up in terms of cleans.
Yeah, it's interesting when you look at like the gambling odds for team total. Like Netherlands are the equivalent of like 66% over half a goal. So 66% to score a goal, but they're very unfavored to score more than one goal.
Yeah.
And to win. Yeah, so it's like Vegas is like, yeah, they'll probably get one, but max 1 is kind of what they're saying. I'm not sure I agree. But,
I think Rodrigo de Paul's injured also.
Is that true? That's huge.
I saw something. I don't know how bad it is, but I saw something.
That would be huge. He's been very good, I think.
I don't know that he's out, but
yeah, I didn't know that. That would be massive for the game, I think. I don't know who can replace his passing, but yeah, bottom line is like, I don't know. Argentina's been like maybe best defense in the entire tournament so far, but again, they've had the fixtures. I still think there's like a pretty good chance that they keep it clean, like maybe more towards 50-50, that they just like shut the game down, but certainly not like Walsh and I already have Otamendi and Emmy. I'm not sure that we're going to like invest more into that against Netherlands. Doesn't seem like particularly great.
Yeah, and they're the fullbacks. I don't really understand.
They just don't really have a good one. I mean,
they're kind of like weird and not very good.
Yeah, they're just like bulldogs. I don't know. They're just warriors.
It was Dinnery. Rodrigo de Paul's an early doubt due to a muscle problem.
Ooh, that's not good, man.
And Papu has an ankle sprain also.
Yeah, I know he came off with injury. Yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully Di Maria can start again. I assume he can. So, I mean, they have like Paredes and stuff. They have guys. They have Palacios. But yeah, fantasy picks. I mean, again, like Argentina, like basically have no midfielders that are picks, and Netherlands have maybe Davy Klaassen at the 10, but I'm not like thrilled about that. So like again, another match where there's basically no midfielder that you want, which is just very unfortunate.
Yeah, the mids are so bad.
Yeah, I mean Messi, I think is like, I don't know. It's weird to say that Messi's under the radar, but Messi's just playing like God tier. Like I don't know. Other than like Mbappe and maybe a couple other like specific performances, I think Messi's just been another level. So hard to not go for him. Everything is just like through him, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just like thinking too hard, I think. Like,
yeah,
going away from him or Mbappe at this point. They're just like, it's the two best players in the world, and they're both in amazing form in the most important games of their careers.
yeah. It's just straight up.
So, like, what do you think they're going to do?
Right, exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's a good way to put it. I think Messi is very obvious. I think Mbappe is very obvious. And you're running out of forward picks because the other one's probably going to be a Brazilian, and we still have like more matches to get to. So that's really weird, but that's just like the nature of the game this year. I don't really know what else to say.
Well, there's some guys.
There's some guys. I mean, what about Dumfries? Fucking dumps in a truck.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he finally exploded, but like, I wonder how much of that is a matchup situation, because he was just like so uninvolved in the group stage.
Yeah. He was so bad too.
Yeah, and just he's not good unless he's doing exactly what he did against the US.
Unless he's
just
like
crashing the box.
In the box. Yeah.
Competing for balls in the air, volleys, whatever, like late runs.
And a clean seems very unlikely to me for Netherlands.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I guess it's I guess the question is he gonna get a chance to make those runs? Like, is he just gonna be defending the whole time?
Yeah, I don't think that. Well, I don't know.
I mean, they unleash him, obviously. Like,
yeah, it is an interesting one. It's just because it's like
the fullbacks are more defensive too.
Different styles. Yeah, the Argentina fullbacks are really defensive, but it's like Enzo and the two aggressive center backs and the two defensive fullbacks defending against, Blind, Dumfries, Memphis, Gakpo, Frankie. I don't know if that's good for Argentina. They might, Argentina might just be like, holy fuck. Like, we have to like keep multiple guys back, or we have to move Di Maria to that side so he can like double lead track back or something like that. But the
U.S. fullbacks, both of them, just put in fucking stinkers.
Yeah, defensively awful. Yeah.
Just, they were not, I don't know if it was nervousness or like, they were just all over the shop.
Yeah.
Not marking correctly.
Yeah.
Getting caught flat-footed. I don't know. It was a fucking mess. I don't really see the same thing happening with Argentina fullbacks getting like overawed by the occasion against Netherlands. Like,
yeah, I don't.
They're just going to be like, okay, my job today is to stop the wingbacks.
Yeah, it's just like such an unfortunate thing in this game that like it's probably really stupid to go for like Memphis, because that means you're not having Messi or Mbappe or a Brazilian.
Yeah,
because like he's so good and cool, and I've always really liked and rated him, and he's finally like fit and looked really good versus USA and scores a goal. But you just like kind of can't go if you're actually caring about your points and want to like do well, whatever. You kind of just like can't go for him.
Yeah, I mean, how do you feel about Frankie? Is he kind of a?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's like a good pick, but he's fun.
I mean,
I love watching him.
He was really good against the U.S. and like he's going to be the guy feeding the counters. I mean, it's you're counting on an assist there and like tackles,
he could like
balls or whatever.
If there's anyone who's going to be like a pain in the ass for two really aggressive center backs, it's probably him with the ball at his feet, right? Like I feel like no one can take the ball from him on the dribble, so he just needs like a little space and. He can probably successfully run at Enzo plus a center back and just like create fucking chaos. So why the hell not? I mean, we haven't found like any mids in the game yet. So, could do worse probably. But Johnny's question was about dumbest fry. I mean, I don't know. I just don't think he's a great pick this game, but who is? I mean, this week. Morocco, Portugal. What do you think about Portugal?
Well, I thought Switzerland was terrible.
Fact.
But it was fun. I mean, it was amazing to see fucking Ronaldo get benched and all of a sudden his team can play and like make sense. And they have a striker who can hold the ball up and who's available and has like more dynamic movement. I mean, the finishes were not like big chances, except for I think
later once the game like
Dink or whatever,
melted down. It was,
but that first goal was obviously not like a high XG chance or anything. It was just an amazing shot. But they're obviously like feeling it right now, and like Bruno, I think is a great pick.
Yeah, Bruno's one of the. I mean, he's the first mid that we've talked about who's just like obviously a really good pick. Made even better without Ronaldo because he's on pens. Yeah. And like, I got to give credit to like Santos. Yeah. Because like, I mean, I thought he was just such a nightmare. He kind of always has been, even when they won the Euros, just like the most passive, conservative, defensive football, no matter what their talent was. And just hope that like Ronaldo can bail him out was like kind of his recipe. But that like has not been the case. Mm-hmm. They're just kind of falling out and letting their like really insanely good attackers do stuff and, subbing on Leao and continuing to let them do stuff, not like shutting the game down once it's 2-0 or 3-0. And I mean, Ramos, I don't think he's going to score a hat trick every week, but like he had 6 shots and 1.5 XG. It's like pretty cool to play striker when, Guerrero, Bruno, Felix, and Bilva are just finding you over and over again. And, Swiss were like not first choice, but, I mean, Brazil struggled to break Swiss down. Like that was a hard game for Brazil. They're usually really good, tough defensive side, and they just got like completely shredded. So I mean, I agree with you on Bruno. Obviously, Guerrero is a great pick. He fucking
João Felix also was fucking sick, but
so good.
But he's a forward. He's a forward. Yeah,
that's unfortunate. He's a forward. I mean, Walsh picked Bilva, which I was like. I didn't wake up in time to be like, no, I don't want Bilva.
He was still. He's so deep for them. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, he just plays midfield.
Yeah, he's a truly essential midfielder, and then Bruno and João Felix are 10s.
Yeah,
behind the striker.
Yeah. I mean, Bilva is an absolutely horrible pick. I mean, he had no shots. 0 XG, 0 XA, like just build up merchant, like hockey assist merchant. Terrible pick. But I mean, again, Ramos, you want him. Fantasy's all about getting guys like that, right? Like, 6'5" Ramos, but you just can't get him. What are you going to do? You just can't have him. Sorry. Yeah. But I like going on the defensive side. I mean, I'm not positive it's going to be Dalot and Guerrero because Cancelo's still there. But like Morocco's
I think you want to load up on the Portuguese defenders probably.
Yeah, like we know what Morocco's going to do, and it's going to be a bust.
I do think defensively they are going to be better than Switzerland. Like
I agree with that.
They were better at that game plan against Spain, They
Yeah.
executed it perfectly. Like they're dangerous on the break enough to give their defense like a little bit of a breather, and the defenders are good. They've been playing super well. So I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any means. But I highly doubt Morocco will score, I guess.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
they created some chances against Spain, but we've talked about in the last episode. It's like Spain are kind of soft, you know? Like, Rodri's not a center back, and he was getting exposed all day. And Llorente was really bad, and Alba's not that good of a defender.
Simone just like creates chances for the other team.
Yeah, all the time. So I don't know. I could see this being a game where like you definitely want both fullbacks on Portugal because they both get forward and have freedom to get in the third, and they both deliver. You just don't know who the two will be. Like, if I had to guess, I'd say it's just going to be Guerrero and Dello again. But, like, if Cancel is in for one of them, I think that's, like, a pretty good spot to make a transfer because, like, you want that pick.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Yeah, and...
I like Ziyech. Like, I think he's been great. Like, every game for Morocco, he's been really good. But it's going to be tough. Like, Portugal defense is so much better than anything he's played against.
Yeah, and the Portugal center backs are way better. I mean, Costa's better shot stopper than Simone. The fullbacks are better. It's like, I mean, they do play, or they have been playing, I should say, more open, Portugal, which was, you know, Johnny D's question. Are they now an exciting team? And, you know, who knows? You know, like, as we get deeper and deeper into the cup, like, you know, Southgate and Deschamps and Santos going to go back to just being like, kill everything that has to do with football. Don't know. But for now, I mean, I think Portugal's a pretty good spot to load up on.
Yeah. Well, Morocco's like basically not going to let them do that.
Yeah, true.
Be like, no, we're going to kill the game.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you really want to go to extra time?
Right.
Which let's go.
Shouldn't want to because you don't want the game to be a coin flip. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I like Bruno. I like the fullbacks. I just think it's pretty stupid to go for any of the forwards, even though I like them as like individual players and picks. It's just like the way the game is, unfortunately. They just did a bad job making the game. There's like almost no wingers off the top of my head in the game that are mids. Except for like Pulisic and Ziyech and a couple others. Every other winger is a forward, so there's just like no options. Okay. And then one last game. Holy shit.
This one, this is by far the most interesting one, I think.
Yeah, so what are you seeing here?
So I guess what I'm most curious about is like what are these teams going to do defensively? Like to limit each other?
Yeah.
Because they both weren't amazing defensively in this last round.
They both conceded legit chances against Senegal and against Poland. Yeah.
Yeah, like Sarr and Dia did really well to get in behind Maguire and even Walker and Stones. So it's hard for me. Like, I still think Mbappe is a great pick. He's just better. He's like Sarr, but way better at finishing and kicking the ball and dribbling and faster.
Yep.
So it's, I think that's a really bad matchup for them. Like, Walker is obviously, they have to play Walker. Like,
I think like that's almost
pretty much nailed.
Almost the reason he played against Senegal was not for Senegal, but just to get him fit for France.
So maybe he's like more fit now and he'll be better, but it's still going to be really tough. I wonder, I mean, the thing is they do have Saka on that side who is really good tracking back.
Former left back.
He hasn't really been because they've been wanting him to be available to build up, but like, he's going to have to do a lot of work.
Well, some people think that, and you know, it's completely unfounded. It's just speculation that like England might go to a 3 which would mean Walker, right center back, and then like trips right back to like basically right wing back to like double team Mbappe, basically. Have like 2 guys who can defend on that side, which I don't think is a terrible idea, but I don't really know if that's the way home, because that just means like France are going to be probably all over you all game.
Yeah, then it's going to be even harder to get out. And I don't think Trips is that great defensively.
Me neither. Yeah, he's kind of a body. I don't know.
It's interesting though.
It was fun to hear on the double pivot. I listened on the plane. It was just like hear how much they were gushing about Mbappe. Like they're just like they almost, without saying it, they were almost like, you guys don't even understand how good he is. like obviously, like, anyone can watch the highlights and be like, oh my God, those 2 goals, but they're just like gushing about like, he had this much progression, he had this many touches in the box, he had this many, everything. I was just like, Jesus Christ. Like he's just like, I feel like he's obviously the best player in the world at this point, and probably will be for the next decade, but barring injury, we'll see. But yeah, I still think Mbappe is a great pick, and like you kind of just gotta have him if you're playing the game seriously. I have to like asterisk everything with that.
Yeah. The other thing with England is I feel like they've similar to Argentina. What you were saying is like I think they've had a really easy run, and like the midfield has looked really good. And they've been scoring a lot of goals. They've been fun, but I do think it's been really easy for them.
To be fair, we didn't think Senegal was going to be easy. They made that easy. Like they made that, after like 30 minutes, they just fucking owned that game. But me, you, and Walsh were all like, Senegal,
Yeah. I mean, you see the names and you think they're going to be good, but like the team itself is really sloppy defensively. Senegal. But I was just thinking about the England-USA game where like
USA dominated.
US USA actually played with the ball, and it was like the other team until France now that has tried to have the ball against England, and like Bellingham didn't do shit in that game.
Yeah. He basically didn't even exist that game. Yeah.
So is it going to just be that all over, except it's France and they can fucking score the like whatever 4 big chances they create?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of hard for me to see England getting out of this.
I mean, I can definitely see it. I think it's close. It's just like you said at the very beginning, I think it's just like it's much more. If you told me before the tournament started that England-France was quarterfinals, I would have rolled my eyes and be like, what a nightmare. Just 0-0, like horrible. But that is actually just like not what's been happening at all. Like both of them are conceding chances. Both of them are playing like kind of open. Like France aren't like in a shell at all. He's not like subbing off Dembele for Camavinga every game to like kill the game and just play.
And Rabiot's been like getting forward into the attack.
Rabiot just crashes the box, and Mbappe doesn't track back ever.
No,
and it's like France is conceding chances too. Like Poland fucking sucked dick, and Zielinski was able to like kind of do whatever he wants and like create chances.
Yeah, that's something that really stood out to me. It was like how many chances Poland got and how many shots Lewandowski and Zielinski got.
Yeah, so it's easy to be like England won't be able to deal with France, but like if France are that open and conceding that many chances to Kane, Saka, Foden that they did against Zielinski, then like that's a big problem for France too. And like Lloris looks really bad. He's just been like out of form and inconsistent. So I kind of feel like there's like goals in this game unless both managers just like handshake and are like, nah, let's do that thing that we used to do. And like,
Well, I think England will know that there's something there for them on the break. Like they can really counter through Jude and Saka and Kane, and I assume it's going to be Foden again.
I assume,
Like they were fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Playing quickly through the middle together, the 4 of them.
And Hendo, hello.
Yeah. Hendo was good too. Sure.
He was kind of bad, and then he just like scored the goal, and it was like, oh, Hendo, fucking,
but
let's go.
Like they have a good chance of getting goals, but
yeah,
I just think France will have more.
Yeah, the gambling odds have like over 2.5 in the game at basically 50-50. They have England over 1.5 goals at 36%, and France over 1.5 goals at 42%.
Okay, like so like 2-1 either way or something.
Yeah, like decently likely that it's like 1-1, 2-1, 2-2 kind of game is what they're thinking. Which is fucking exciting.
Attacking picks here, maybe.
Yeah,
aside from Mbappe is obviously a pick, but
yeah. Well, the best thing about England for the fantasy game is they actually have midfielders.
Yeah.
So like, Saka, Jude, Foden are all, assuming that's who's starting, I think are all like pickable.
Yeah, I mean, given the few choices that we have, I feel like they're all good picks. Like, you could have all of them.
Yeah, like you might just have all of them. Why not?
I'd rather have that than, I mean, I don't know if you want 3 England guys, but if you do, then I think
I don't mind it. I don't mind 3 England guys there. I mean, I think the game, 538 has the game 52% to 48% for who advances. And gambling odds are like not that far different. Yeah. Wow. And let me say, 538 has it 52% to England.
What?
Yeah. Listen, it's not. It's crazy. I know. Okay. I know. I knew, that was going to be a thing. But like, bottom line is, forget like, the exact percentages don't matter that much. It's a close game. Everyone basically agrees. Like, books agree. 538 agrees. It's a close thing for who advances in this game. So, I think there's kind of, you want to dabble both ways in terms of fantasy picks, I guess. It's just that France don't really have a midfield pick. So we got to go with the England midfielders.
If they go 3 at the back, who drops out? Foden?
Hendo.
Or Saka?
I think Hendo.
Oh, they lose a midfielder.
I assume. I think they would do like a 5-2-3 or like a 3-4-3, however you want to word it. Those are the same thing. That's my assumption. France only play with 2 midfielders too, and then they want the 3 to counter. But it could be a forward. It could be like a 5-3-2 with Kane and +1. I wouldn't be that shocked. If they're in the 5 and it's like Trips, Shaw, wingbacks, like, I don't know. Is there a pick? Like, is Shaw a pick? Like, the clean is super unlikely, but
yeah,
I don't know.
He's been kind of mediocre also. I had him this week.
I feel like Teo is still a pick.
Yeah, I think so. He's just been so attacking. He's basically the 5th attacker or whatever.
Yeah, but there's not that many others. There's everyone expects there to be goals in this game.
But
yeah,
again, same striker issue.
The forward problem. Yeah. That's basically.
If they play a 5 like that and those wingbacks attack, I feel like they're just gonna be fucked. Like with Dembele,
I know that's the thing
Mbappe.
that I don't really understand.
And then you're gonna have
good enough tactically to understand.
Dembele gets one-on-one against Stones. Is that what you want?
Yeah, that sounds horrible. I think it should be. I don't think they should do the 5. I think that they should just play the exact same lineup, but just like Hendo, instead of bombing on into the box, just like he's the guy that doubles at right back.
Yeah. Hendo and Jude should be covering those spaces.
Hendo, that's what Hendo does for Liverpool. Like, just let him play his best position where he just covers for Trent and plays
and Rice, you're going to need in the middle. I guess the one thing in their favor is Giroud is probably going to be way less effective, I think, in this game.
Yeah, it's not a good Giroud matchup, I don't think.
I think Maguire will just be out physicaling him all game. Yeah. It's that's exactly what he wants is a big striker who thinks he's strong, who's not actually that strong.
Yeah. Right,
and he's
exactly.
He's just going to bully him around and get really. I mean, I saw it. How many times did we see it in the Prem with Ollie?
Too soon. Yeah,
he's technically great, but he can be kicked out of games for sure.
Right. Oh man, it's gonna be so good. I'm hyped for that game.
Yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah, I mean, Kaylee was saying, he was like, how good or bad this World Cup will depend on like the last three games or something like that. Like, yeah, there's it's been really fun and crazy so far, despite Qatar being a fucking nightmare. But yeah, like if these games suck and it's just 0-0 pens for England, France, and both teams are just like dog shit and like whatever, that would just suck. But it could be really fun. Wardy's question said, out of the remaining 8, who would you both most like to see win the World Cup? Do you have someone you're rooting for?
Morocco, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, that would be the most special. I don't really root for a specific team once my team is out of it. I just root for like good games. Like, I just want
that's
good
an
matches.
argument against Morocco, I guess. They're not going to have a single good game.
Right.
If
that's
they
true.
do get to play more games, they're going to be more shitty games.
Yeah, I mean, I
did like them. I have been enjoying watching them, but
me too. Yeah, I just want drama and goals and close competitive games. I don't want. It was cool to watch Brazil score like 4 insanely cool goals, but the game was over in 10 minutes. I was just like, do I shut this off and leave? Like, this is just pointless to watch.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I don't want Mbappe to just brace in 20 minutes and just be like, oh yeah, this is Englander.
I think I would enjoy seeing Messi do well.
I would romanticize, the romantic side. Messi's like last World Cup to win one would be sick.
If they win and he scores a couple more goals and just like fully outshines Ronaldo in this tournament, that would feel good to me.
Easy to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be cool. And obviously I root for, Liverpool players. I'm sure you lean towards Arsenal players. Like, it's cool seeing, like, when Hendo scored, I was like more hyped than if, Declan scored that goal. And, in VVD, obviously I was rooting for USA, but like, I hope he does well, like, I hope he looks good, plays well, whatever. But yeah, that's the answer. Maybe not satisfying answer for Wardy.
Too bad.
And then, too bad. And X50 said, I mean, this is what we've talked about all pod. He said, where are the good midfield picks? Apart from Bruno and maybe 1 or 2 of the England guys, they all seem kind of bad. And yeah, I basically agree with that.
I agree. They're basically on England, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the answer.
Yeah. For some reason, Saka and Foden are mids. Explain that to me. Like, they're like 2 of the only wingers that are actually mids. It's like them, Perisic, Ziyech, and oh, look at that, they're all like top 5 in points. It's like not a surprise. I don't know. Obviously, they fucked this game so hard.
Yeah, I think Bruno number 1, and then
it's kind of a crapshoot.
And then like Saka or Foden, probably one of those.
Yeah,
second best, and then
Jude. I think Jude is still pretty good.
He's good, but I think he's gonna have so much more work to do in this game.
Defensive work,
and he's a monster, so he's gonna be like sprinting back to help cover whoever on the wing. He's gonna be, he's gonna have a lot of work to do today. So I don't know how much today in this game. So I don't know if he's gonna be quite as like in the box as he was.
Yeah,
against Senegal.
Yeah, I'm looking through. There's just not that many others. It would be cool to see Frankie. I mean, yeah, I do think that there's like the Argentina center backs can and will get exposed. And Argentina like sort of showed that, but like, I don't know. I have a feeling about that, about Netherlands. I mean, that's basically it, dude. That's why we're switching FPL, because there's just so little to talk about, and then everything is cut in half, and there's even less to talk about.
Yep.
I don't know what else to do. You got anything we didn't cover? How about Jack saying it's the best thing since sliced veg?
What is?
I don't remember what he was talking about, but he said best thing since sliced veg instead of sliced bread.
Wait, Jack who?
Jack Grealish said best thing since sliced veg. Oh, no. I like that. That was a good moment.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. There's not that much else.
A lot of good celebrations.
Yeah.
That Hakimi penguin thing.
Yeah,
what the fuck is that about?
Panenka Waddle. Apparently it's like him and Ramos are fucking boys. And Ramos obviously didn't get picked for Spain. Mm-hmm. And him and Ramos do a Waddle handshake or some shit. And so he scored again. I don't know if anything's true. What's even real in the world? But I did like the Waddle.
He's very likable, Hakimi.
Do you think Brazilians should stop dancing? Is it disrespectful?
I mean, that Paquetá one was pretty fucking embarrassing.
Oh yeah,
that bobblehead smiley. He looks like a fucking 10-year-old.
Yeah,
but no.
Yeah, I agree with you. All right, dude. I mean, quick one, but such is the game. There are no asses to slap yet again. We're just dying. We're just
we gotta get Walsh back in here.
We're just the failing New York Times as a podcast. Any last words, Dave?
Nope.
Nope. Check us out at FMLFPL.com. Follow us on Twitter at FMLFPL, sportsbeat.com/FMLFPL. Subscribe, rate, review.